Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this week's NewsNow podcast. I'd like to welcome Nicki Inch, who is the director of a new event that they're trying to get started in rural Grimsby on 30 Road, the Spirit Festival. And Nicki, why don't you just start with a little background on the event, date, times, how the concept evolved.
Sure. So the Spirits Festival is happening October 29th. In the evening from 5 to 11 p.m. and on October...
That's a Friday.
Friday night and Saturday during the day from 12 to 11 p.m. So we decided to put this together as a way to celebrate craft distilleries and breweries here from Niagara. So we've invited 5 spirit vendors, what we're calling. They are a mix between... alcohol vendors and beer or brewery vendors.
Okay.
And we started thinking about this about a year ago. And
well, it's neat to have something like that because there's many wine different events, of course, right?
Exactly. And yet, you know, in Niagara, we're seeing this burgeoning distillery and brewery, happening around us, and what better way than to recognize them than to have a
Who are the
celebration. 5? So we've got 40 Creek, Spirit in Niagara, Hip Vodka, Lock Street Brewery, and Brimstone Brewery.
Very good. Mm-hmm. And so that's one aspect of the event, right? But there's several aspects to the event, taking advantage of being Halloween weekend.
Well, and see, that's what happened. We started thinking about how it's Halloween weekend and what else goes on during Halloween but the ooey, gooey, spooky stuff.
Sure, fun
stuff. And we thought, why don't we bring in some psychic mediums? So we have Amanda Dubois. She's coming out on Saturday afternoon to do what we call a crowd reading. And then we have Kelly Smart. She's coming to be a vendor. We're working with another person, Jules. I'm not exactly sure of her last name, but she's talking about coming out and being part of it. So some of them will offer psychic readings or mediumship, and some will offer tarot card readings, and all this sort of things that psychic mediums and readers
sounds like an interesting mix.
Yes. We'll have
spirits
food.
And spirits, as it were.
Yeah, spirits and spirits. We'll have food. So we have
touch on that for sure.
A number of food trucks that are coming out. We've got a couple that are coming down from Toronto. We have one called Hungry Moon and the Smoke Shop that are coming down from Toronto. We've got the Rollin' Rooster, MJ Ingrabelli, and V's. I think that's how she pronounced it, Caribbean. So we've got a nice mix of food being able to be offered. And then we have music.
Right, which is a big part of it, right? A 2-day event.
Yes.
So maybe just start with a Friday night, if you could, because I know that there's quite a list. But maybe just break it down so people would know who is when and that kind of thing.
So by request entertainment, they're going to be providing DJ services throughout the 2 days. But we've also got, on Friday night, we have Revive the Rose. They're a Welland bass band. Lost Boys. So now these are guys that have been around forever and ever and ever.
I recognize the name. I think I've seen them one time.
You might have, but they don't have any Facebook or any Instagram. They're a little old, shall we say. No, they're not that old.
In my head, for some reason, I associate Rombies with them. That's where I think I might have seen them years ago. But they're one of the groups on the Friday?
Yes. And they play 80s, they call it dance music, but it's a lot of Queen and that style of music.
Like kind of top 40 from the 80s
top 40s
era.
From the 80s, for sure.
Sure, that could be anything.
And then we have Conor Gaines. So Conor Gaines is an up-and-coming artist. He's been able to get some of his tunes on the radio. And he's a lot more laid back. So he's a nice, easy listening, really, really comfortable sounding music.
Yep.
I don't know how to describe it.
So what's the time, like the first act to closing? Like how
Revive the Roast is coming up at 7 o'clock, and then they're on for an hour. Then we'll have a DJ interlude and
set change and all that.
Set change, and Conor should be finished by 11.
Okay, so the event actually starts the gates open and all that.
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. So then the first band goes on at 7.
Yes. So we'll have music up until then, or the DJ music up until then.
Okay. Now, before we get to Saturday, don't mean to cut you off. Sorry. Before we get to Saturday, just explain what the ticket structure is and what that means, because there's a ticket to get in, for admission to the grounds for the weekend.
$45 a day. So
yes.
Friday night and Saturday night, they're $45 each day.
Per day.
Per day.
Okay.
Out of that, you receive a $2 $2 drink tickets. So the vendors will be offering,
which is essentially 2 drinks,
yes,
something.
The vendors are going to be pricing their drinks in $2 increments,
right?
And I'm asking that they make sure that everybody gets a free drink through
with their ticket. Yep,
with their ticket.
I understand.
I don't know what else to say with that, because on Friday, everything else will be additional on top of that.
Right.
Saturday.
So you've got then the food vendors and the several different choices of beverage and
yes.
There you go.
Yes.
And people are bringing their own lawn chairs and things like that?
We will have picnic table pods set up in a lounge area, but you are able to bring your own chairs to be able to sit in front of that area between them and the stage.
Yeah, so you'd really encourage that, though, if someone wants to sit, because the picnic tables could be gone and you'd be out of luck.
Filled up, yes.
Right, okay. So now the other component with the... you call them they're not all psychics necessarily, but you maybe if you could just sort of outline the other types of
opportunities.
Yeah, I don't want to say vendors, because it's not
right,
not that way, but the other people who are present at the
readings
event, and how that'll be structured with the layout of the grounds. And
so we will have a number of vendors that will offer anything from, we have a Singer's Caesar drink mix coming out. We've got a guy doing some hot sauces that are really intriguing and tasty. We've got a few, no, I'm going to say few, because I would rather say a couple of tarot card readers. Mm-hmm. So we've got Kelly Smart. She's out of the Hamilton area. She'll be doing readings. And I think I mentioned Jewel. She's from St. Catharines. And she'll also do some readings. We have a person who's selling spiritual artwork. So they're things like wind or dream catchers and stones and that sort of thing. So more of a spiritual side of things. And then we'll also have vendors who are lean towards the culinary side of things.
Sure.
Yeah.
And you were mentioning about sort of the hexagonal, I think is maybe, or it's a hexagon tent, and sort of how that works. And
we'll have in the
because the event is all outdoors with tents
outdoors,
and et cetera, et cetera. Just want to make that clear as well.
So on the outside perimeter, on one side we'll line up all of the food vendors with the trucks and then their tents as well. And then on the opposite side, we'll have the vendors that will be the tarot card readers and craft vendors and that kind of thing. And then in the center, we're going to have this 40-foot hexagon tent. And around the perimeter of that, we'll have 20 by 20 tents where each of the spirits vendors will be located. So it'll allow us space in the center. to be able to have the psychic reader do her readings. This is a free reading for anyone who wants to come through in the afternoon from 2 to 4. And she'll be able to pick up on energy of the people.
So that's part of the ticket price
that's
as well,
part
right?
Of the ticket price
not
as
an
well.
added cost.
It's not an added cost.
Yeah. So some of the things are vendors with added cost, and
Yes.
some of it is part of the ticket to get in.
Yes.
Now, actual location.
So we're at 324 30 Road in Grimsby. So we're up on the bench.
So
on
what
our
would
way
be
to
a cross
Smithville.
street, or if you're coming
so
from
parking's going to be off Kemp.
Okay.
So if you go down Kemp, you'll be able to pull into parking from there.
So if you're going up mountain, Kemp goes all the way across.
So yes, Kemp goes across. You turn right onto Kemp, and then you'd be at the end of the road. You'll be directed into the parking lot.
Okay. And sorry, what was the address again? Because
Three-
people will probably
I
Google
know.
map it, right?
324 30 Road, Grimsby.
Okay. Anything else you can think
Saturday
of?
night lineup. This is a big,
Oh
huge
yeah, jeez.
musical lineup. That
Sorry,
we've got
yes,
going on
yes,
there.
yes.
So we have Brad Battle. He's starting country and western guy from around here. He's starting at 2:00. We have.
I think I remember him from a cider fest at Puttycombs a couple of years ago.
Yeah. Road Waves, Theater Crisp, The Figure Four, the Maysides, and My Son the Hurricane are going to be our headliners that night.
Sounds like a good band name.
It is. These guys are wild. So there's probably, I'm thinking about 4 sets of horns, saxophones, and trumpets, and so on and so forth. And sometimes they have 2 drummers playing with them, and then they've got about 4 singers, and they're all wild and crazy on the stage, and it's sure to get you up off your feet.
Well, that sounds fun.
And dancing and partying with them. So
Very good. And are they the closer?
they're the closer. Yeah.
Nice. Anything else we haven't touched on that you can think of that you want to highlight while you get the chance?
I think that I've pretty much talked about everyone.
I think we've covered it.
Yeah.
So first time event?
First time event.
Yeah.
So, nail biting.
I hear you. Mm-hmm. Having done all shapes and sizes, big and small.
Yeah. Tickets are available on the website. So www.thespiritsfestival.ca.
There's an S in there, Spirits
Yes.
Festival.
Yes.
Okay.
Easy to find.
And does that have the e-commerce on the site, or is it?
It'll
Or does
direct
it
you
click
to.
you to
We're using
Eventbrite or something?
no, it's called Tix.
Okay.
So similar to Eventbrite, and we're using that program to be able to sell the tickets through.
Very good.
So yeah,
All right.
and then it's contactless, right? So we're your choice to print off the ticket, but really I encourage you not to. So
Yep.
why waste the
It's on
paper
your
if
phone.
you don't have to? On your phone, and you'll be able to come in using
Sure.
your code on your phone.
Very good.
COVID-19, so
Protocols and that?
protocols all in place. So I'd be remiss if I don't say that we're
Well, that was why I noted that it's outdoors as well.
yes, it's outdoors. We ask that people wearing masks when you're in close proximity to another person, if you're talking to a vendor, that kind of thing. Hand sanitizer is going to be available at every station on all of the picnic tables. So we're doing our best to keep everyone safe and
Very good.
secure.
Good. Well, that's great. Best of luck.
Thanks.
Always nice to have a new event, and it certainly makes sense. I could really see it taking off, and I hope it does for you.
Yeah, we're hoping that it'll be a yearly event that we can get going.
That's great. Well, as I say, best of luck, and
Thanks.
any way we can help, let me know, and we'll always see what we can do.
Thank you. I
Thanks for
appreciate it.
coming in,
This
Nikki.
goes a long way.
Well,
Yeah.
I hope it helps you.
Thanks.
Yeah. All right. Have a great day.
You too.
Thanks for watching, everybody.